Hey yo guys, how's it going? Tally here, and today I'm going to bring you my very first match commentary. Hopefully guys, over the course of this series you can learn some things, I can learn some things. There's going to be some really clutch wins, there's going to be some really nasty losses, because I think there's something of value to learn from both wins and losses. Now, on screen you're going to see the deck list that we played with today. The only difference is that instead of the Nibirus, I actually had Rolling Lockbirds because I was testing those out. I think Nibiru is a bit more powerful overall this format, so I wanted that to be in there for you guys. Now, this was recorded in Master Duel 4, but thankfully for Heroes, Master Duel 4 to the revision doesn't really make a difference. Alright, so let's dive right in. However guys, before we dive right in, I do want you to go ahead and smash that like button if you like this. If you love it, give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally today. And if you haven't joined Team Tally, the subscribe button is down there. Alright, now guys, let's dive in. Okay guys, so we start off with a fairly okay hand. We've drawn into Polymerization, which we don't really want to draw into. You hero players know you want to search Polymerization. However, we did draw into Faris, which you do want to draw into. We drew into Mass Change, which is great. Solemn Judgment, even better. And we drew into Vision Hero Increase. Also not a great draw, but as long as you've got Faris and any other hero to discard, you've pretty much, you've got full combo. So, we're going to start off with our standard Vision Hero combo. Alright, you can see they've got Impermanence in hand, so that's going to come into play in just a second. It's going to come into play now. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and Impermanence our Increase. That's a turn ender right there. If Increase can't resolve and you've got just Increase on field, then that is a turn ender. However, we have Mass Change, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and Mass Change our Increase into a Dark Claw. Could it have been Anki? Probably should have been Anki. I burned a Dark Claw that I didn't need to burn, but they've used an Impermanence and they have wasted an Impermanence. Now, Increase is going to resolve because Impermanence needs it to be on field to negate. So it's going to play it like this. We're going to get Dark Claw on field and we're going to get Vision Hero Vion. But it's a bit of a shame that we burned that Mass Change. So what we're going to do instead of our regular Cross Crusader play is we're going to use Wonder Driver, Mali, under Wonder Driver to get our Mass Change back. We're going to set our Judgment. We're going to leave it there. Right? We want to play this kind of chill. We don't know what they're playing just yet, so let's not go mental and overextend. So they have Super Poly. Thank God we didn't end on 2 darks because they would have Super Poly'd us. Now it's Salamangreats. So for Salamangreats, they search quite a bit, so you don't want to shotgun your Mass Change, right? You want to save it, especially if they search, because what happens is it immediately puts a big target on your Dark Claw, and you don't want to do that. You want to bait them into wasting some resources, maybe setting up a search, and you want them to neg, right? You want to force them to neg. So we're going to go ahead, get out Dark Claw here. Now, Chain's going to resolve, they're going to search out Sanctuary. Wonder Driver's going to get her Mass Change, Dark Claw is going to set them to banish their Super Poly. Guys, how clutch is Dark Claw, right? Just banish their Super Poly, which again, if we do overextend and we had a couple darks, they would have punished us for it. So, they're going to force themselves to extend, and here's where we save the Judgment. Salamangreats tend to go into Borderload Dragon, and they tend to go into Transcode Talker like we've done here. Alright, so even if they were going to go into Sunlight Wolf, they can have whatever, right? Because they can't beat over this. If they were going to set, they can't use their graveyard, so they couldn't set the trap. This had to be the trap. They had to hard draw it to kind of punish us, and again, we had the Judgment. So you save the Judgment for their kind of big impactful cards, because this would have outed our board, and as you can see, we would have been left with pretty much nothing. Alright, we've got 2 fusion cards that don't do anything. So from here we're just going to chip, right? We leave this on board, they've got nothing, they've got 1 card, they can't out this. They draw Super Poly, it's useless, we're not going to go into 2 darks because we're just going to chip, right? We know they play Super Poly now, so we're just going to go ahead and chip damage, and that's game 1 guys. Okay guys, moving on to game 2, let's take a look at the hands. Now our Salamangreat player, who's going to go first here, has opened the nuts, right? They've opened, by my looks of things, right, I'm not a Salamangreat player, but they've opened Gazelle, which is already good. They've opened Mining, which is even better. They've got a Jaguar to discard off the Mining, and they've even got Foxy, right? So this guy's doing pretty alright. Me, on the other hand, I drew even better. Alright, so I've got Fusion Destiny, which is one of the best cards in the deck. It's one of the best starters, extenders, and finishers. I've got Stratos, which is so infamous it has an entire category of card named after it. We have Mass Change, which means Dark Claw, which means they're done. We have Faris, which with any of these 2 heroes is full combo, and we have Liquid Soldier. Again, Liquid Soldier's really good, alright, because it's Monster Reborn, and if I don't use that Reborn effect, I can use the Graceful Charity effect when I use it for a fusion summon. So, we're going to go let the Salamangreat player do what they do, right? They're going to go ahead and do their combo. but I want you to think about what they're sending. First they've sent Roar, alright, and they've drawn quite well. Got Sanctuary, and now they've drawn into Ash Blossom. But I want you to look. Off of this Foolish Burial, they sent another Ash Blossom. So in my head, they're searching Ash Blossom, right? They can add that Ash Blossom back to hand with Sunlight Wolf. So I'm thinking, I've got 2 negates to contend with at least, right? I've got to deal with Ash Blossom, and I've got to deal with the counter trap that they've set, or they've sent. Yeah, it's still in the graveyard just now. Alright, but that will be on the field later, because it sets itself when they Reincarnation Link summon. Alright, so I'm going to let them do what they do. Right, let them just continue on. There's their Sunlight Wolf, there's the Jaguar, and here is where I know that they've already got Ash in hand, okay, because they would have added the Ash Blossom back otherwise, or maybe they're saving that Ash Blossom for like a later turn. But why would you want 2 Ash Blossoms in circulation? Because this deck can recycle it, it only really needs 1, which tells me they've got that one. Okay, so there's the Roar set, and now it's on to us. Okay, so again, I know that they've got an Ash Blossom in hand because they would have added it back otherwise. I know that they've got the Roar on field, so I know what I'm up against, right? I know how to navigate this. And what we're going to do is we're going to bait with some really high impact plays. So let's draw for turn. We've got Stratos, right? We've got another Stratos. So what we're going to do is we're going to Faris our Stratos into the graveyard, and they're going to go ahead and negate that. Which, smart move. If you end Faris, you probably end the turn. But we sent Stratos for a reason, alright? So we can use Liquid Soldier to get Stratos back, and Stratos is going to search us. Now, this is where we find out what hand traps they've got. If they have Effect Veiler, they could have used Effect Veiler. But they're going to Ash this Stratos. So, I know for a fact, this has to be either useless or another hand trap. Could be Effect Veiler, because Salamangreats have been known to play Effect Veiler in the past, so I'm kind of wary of that. But there's nothing here that Effect Veiler is going to stop overall. Alright, so we go for the Stratos and they've Ashed it. Kind of unfortunate, because we kind of want to search, right? I mean, we want those pluses, but don't worry, we don't need them. So, now that I'm fairly confident that they've got nothing that can stop me resolving Fusion Destiny, that's exactly what I do. I go into Dystopia. Alright, Dystopia is great because it involves interaction on our opponent's turn. It's a bit of a beat stick, 2800 damage, and it sends Decider. Right, the reason it sends Decider is so we can burn our opponent for 1600 damage. Now we go into Cross Crusader, Cross Crusader, got confused, it's Cross Guy on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, and with this we're going to bring back our Dystopia. Now, we get our Malicious back, we're going to mash change our Malicious in just a minute, and then for extra damage and to make this guy have his pop effect live, we're going to put these two into Dread Decimator. Alright, so I know earlier on that we mentioned let's not go with too many darks, alright, but the thing about this is, they don't have anything set, right? They don't have anything set at all. So, realistically, again what I could have done is I could have went Dread Decimator, or with Cross Guy, could have tributed this into an Honest Neos, and then could have mass changed Dread Decimator instead. I didn't do that because I wanted some board presence, but again, they've got nothing now, right? We're going to chip away at everything they've got. So, we do a bit of damage there. They've banished Balinks, right? Now that Darklaw's on field, we're going to go ahead and banish these monsters to stop their grind game. And we're going to leave it at that, right? So they draw Cosmic Cyclone, it's doing nothing, and they go ahead and use Foxy. Now, we know what happens when they search, alright? We're going to go ahead and use the boy, we're going to use Darklaw, and look at what we banished. We banished their Gazelle, alright? There's a reason Gazelle's limited, because it's really, really, really good, okay? There's nothing they can do without Gazelle. Now, they do have some plays, right? But realistically, again, unless this is an extender, they don't have much, right? They can make a Sunlight Wolf, but they can't use that Sunlight Wolf, because I'm not going to summon anything to zone it points to. I don't need to, alright? And again, this could be Super Poly, but we have Dystopia. And if it was Super Poly, like, they would have used it already, so I know it's probably one of the traps, or Cosmic Cyclone, okay? But I'm assuming it's one of the traps, so I'm going to use Dystopia on that at the end of the turn. And it turns out we don't get an end of the turn because they scooped, because I'm in such a dominant position. Alright guys, that's our Salamangreat matchup. I hope you learned something. Let's go to the outro. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. So, what do you think, right? Are you enjoying this? Did you enjoy that? Did you learn anything? Do you like how I talk? I don't know. Am I good at commentating? I don't think I am just yet, so I'm going to do my best to get better at it for you guys. As always guys, if you liked it though, drop a like. If you loved it, give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally today. And if you want to join Team Tally, the subscribe button is down there. As always guys, if you want to keep up with me on my outside life on outside of YouTube, Follow at tcg_tally on Twitter and Instagram, links in the description down below. And guys, you have been amazing. I have been Tally. I'll catch you all later. Bye.